Oh, the thumbnail still says Techno Winter Series. I'm going to have to change that after we get done. I think that happened last time, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I changed it.
Oh, well. It's fine.
It's all right. Are we live now?
Yeah, we're live.
Okay.
Well, here I am. This is Alex Sturgeon with the Hobbytown Hobbyplex, and with me, as always, is a very potato-y
Yeah.
Will Brinton.
I'm like one of those good potatoes though. Like it's been like slow roasted with like garlic and butter though.
Yeah, you're. I mean, honestly, your sound is fine. It's just your video's been a little on the.
I think it'll get better. That or I don't know. Like there's been times that like everything's perfect, then we go live and it's like wow. Like
yeah.
I don't know. It says it's 99% on my thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
It'll be fine.
Okay.
Nobody's watching this to look at me.
Right.
What is it like have a face for radio and a voice for silent film?
Yak. Well, we're here. I've got it's been a while since we kind of get caught up a little bit.
Oh yeah.
With, everything Hobbyplex.
Yeah.
Where do I begin? Obviously, this show is always brought to you by ProTech RC. They're our 2025 official track sponsor. And we're also starting to get next year's schedule figured out. I think we are locked into an INS race, I believe, the first weekend in August. And our annual ProTech race will take place at the end of April. And then Summer Series, I got to look at. They just announced the Roar schedule. And, of course, the Roar Nats are now on our first week of the Summer Series again.
Where is it, though?
San Diego.
Oh, SDRC?
Yeah, SDRC.
I'm surprised they have the pitting for that.
That they have the what?
The pitting, like the pit space?
Oh, no, I think they do. They hold like the Top Gun shootout and...
Well, at least since the last time I've been there. Well, I guess like, I don't know, maybe Nats aren't as attended as they used to be. I don't know.
Right.
There's that. I could be entirely wrong because the last time I was there was 2019.
Yeah.
I didn't think they had the pit space for that many people.
Yeah.
Because I don't even know. That might have been like the first year or so they had Top Gun. So.
Oh, yeah. They're saying you're echoey, too.
Who's they?
The chat. Will is potatoey and echoing, but you don't sound echoey on my end.
Huh.
Like, you sound really good.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know how to fix that.
I don't know either.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
We'll just push through it and figure it out.
Yeah. Poor guys.
Yeah, poor guys. So, first things first, and this sucks because I don't know. I'm not smart enough to know how to fix it, and we've been trying to figure it out since we figured out that it went blank, and now there's stuff going on with it. But don't use our Hobbyplex Raceway Internet webpage anymore.
Internet website.
Yeah, don't use Hobbyplex Raceway website anymore. Don't click on it. Don't do anything with it. Unfortunately, it looks like it's somehow gotten taken over or something happened, and it's just a very spammy, malicious site now. So,
If you like having to go to Geek Squad for stuff.
Well, we've been trying to figure it out with the host. We think it has something to do with the host, and it hasn't been a whole lot of help. We've been sort of brick walled a few times. So I've taken the link off of all of our Facebook pages and off of Live RC and everything else. So RC sign up doesn't have it on there anymore either. But who knows? Maybe one day we'll be able to get figured out. But for now, it doesn't look very good. So yeah, so we might have lost that website. And I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I get freaked out by that sort of thing because it's just stuff that I can't even begin to control. So unfortunately, don't do that. And yeah. So
if you're going to create another website for the Hobbyplex, what would you call it?
I don't know. Like that. So that's kind of something I've been thinking about. Like, did we just start a new domain and
make it .net or something?
Definitely use a different host and kind of start over and hope that this one just gets buried so people don't click on it and get their stuff messed up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know go ahead.
You might have to call Google and have it like shadow banned or something.
Right.
So you can't find it. Just like call Google. Hello, yes, I have a website.
But I mean, to be honest with you, I have over the years, I don't think I've ever even really worried about the website. It was just always kind of one of those things that's out of sight, out of mind. I know we had one, but I never really paid that much attention to it. I don't think it got updated very much anyways.
Yeah.
And the one thing that was on there was our calendar, but you can find that on Facebook. So I would say, you know, if you don't have a Facebook account, you're going to probably have to make a fake one or whatever you need to do. But just don't click on that either site, either the .com or the .net. Sucks to say that, but for now, I just want to warn people. So, on to more positive stuff. Lots gone down in the last couple months since we've been on together.
Yeah.
Just starting from the top. You and I went to Jensen last week, right?
Yeah. It was last week.
That was pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
time.
Yeah, I officially have a third, a first, and a third with my Losi sprint car in the 360 class.
Yeah.
I had a really good car round one. I just screwed up and then crashed. I didn't drive very good. Let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the main, I didn't drive very good.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. I mean, it's like you that car is like it looks like it's kind of hard to like find the limit of it, and then when you do, because it feels like you should go faster, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And then it's like no, I can't do that, and it flips over by itself.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm still battling the flipping over, but it definitely wasn't near as bad. Saturday.
Yeah.
But I have an idea. I'm going to put a Custom Works wing on it.
Yeah.
So that car is going to get less and less Losi. Like,
yeah, it's like it's nearly just a conversion car.
It's got all the TLR. It's all got all the TLR goodies on it, and all that. And I mean, you know, I'm making it work with parts you can buy off of anywhere. I put Losi 5.0 hubs on it so I could stagger it.
Right.
And then I'm going to try a lighter wing
and
see where that goes. Maybe it'll not being so damn top heavy.
So Alex is winning races and getting podiums with a 13.5 car with no rear steer.
Well, it kind of.
Anybody was.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of has rear steer. It's got the pill, the C&D blocks that you can buy. You can offset it, so you and it already had a little bit of built-in rear steer. So I offset it even more.
Well, I mean, like with no adjustable rear arms.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That'd be a game changer, though, if Losi or TLR did come out with their own adjustable rear arm. But I don't think they can do that because it's patented, correct?
Yeah, Custom Works owns the rights to that.
Yeah.
So, good luck, everybody else.
I wonder if you can come out with like offset hubs. so that the hubs are turned, so you could add it or take it away by offset hubs, by the C and D blocks, by staggering it. I mean, there's a lot of ways you could get it in there.
I'm surprised somebody does it. Well, and I take that back, because wasn't there that 3 Racing sprint car? Or who made that? It was like all carbon, and like the A arms were like carbon fiber. And
Exotech?
Exotech. There was that Exotech sprint car where the hubs like were on a bushing, and they had like a third or a second link, and you could adjust rear steer by shortening and lengthening the link.
Yeah.
And that I had my X-Ray M18 was that way. Like that's just like an old touring car thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was kind of neat, but to do that with a molded arm, the molded arm becomes very expensive because you have to be able to put a pivot ball in it.
Right.
So that the arm, or so the hub can like pivot inside of that.
Mm-hmm.
But that would be a way around any kind of patenting, I think.
Yeah.
But unless somebody patents it because I mentioned it, which you could, I guess.
Right. Yeah. So that was fun. I mean, you were really fast. I think you got track record again, right?
Yeah, I broke my own track record again,
Yeah.
so that was cool.
Yeah.
Still haven't broken the 2.8s, but I ran like a 2.9 flat.
Oh.
So
getting close.
That was pretty cool. Yeah, it's getting there. And then yeah.
So the week before that, no, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
No, it doesn't matter.
No,
Go ahead.
So yeah, so that was a fun trip. We haven't gone club racing together in a long time.
Yeah, it feels like it's been forever.
I think the last time we did was like Fastlane, where we both got really, really grumpy by how late we were there.
Yeah, I got home at like 5 o'clock in the morning, but we used to go to Des Moines together.
Yeah.
We did that. That was and we drove. Remember that time we drove to Minnesota just for an 8-scale club race?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
just because we wanted to go race somewhere.
Yeah, we got rained out, and we're like, well, where else can we go? And we went up to Sean's track.
Yeah, we just drove 7 hours just to have somewhere to race.
Yeah,
it's because we both had the weekend off.
Yep. Yeah,
it was a simpler time.
Yeah, it was. The week before that was that the oval race in Omaha?
Yes.
Or was it? Yeah, I think so, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think I had a week off.
We had 130 entries for that one.
Yeah.
We crushed our record.
Insane.
It is insane. That is very insane. Crushed the record. I didn't think we were there that late for that many for that many entries. I don't think we were there that late. I mean, that was kind of what we like. I mean, look at the Techno Series. We didn't get done till 11.
Yeah.
You know. But I actually won that race.
Yeah.
With my car, but I got a little lucky, and also just sort of like I was having a really good battle, I believe, with Micah, I think, for second place, and then ended up getting a little lucky with that one, because this time traffic didn't get me, it got the other guy.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to really anticipate that stuff. You know, like you have to really be picky and choosy. Like I've won races at the Plex, you know, with a ton of hazards, and really what I would consider a diverse field, and not touched a single car. And there's other times where everybody's pretty quick, and you know, you don't really foresee any issues, and one guy makes a mistake, and you know, you're out. That happened last time, or for the trophy race we had.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, while I was leading. So.
Yeah. Johnny Finley had the field covered. I mean, he was way faster. I mean, it was noticeably faster, and I was just like, Micah and I were battling, and then something happened to him. But I don't know. It was He was actually leading for half of that race. So I don't know. This fun. I learned a lot about my car again, and I was working on the same day, so I couldn't really change much. But I did swap out newer tires for the main. That seemed to do better.
Oh yeah.
It limited the flipping and stuff too, which was good.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm actually looking forward. A couple weeks. I think it's what, November 22nd or whatever it is, 24th, 25th.
Yeah.
The weekend before Thanksgiving. I'm looking forward to racing that car again with the Custom Works wing.
Yeah, it's gonna be kind of neat to see how that car keeps evolving. You know,
Yeah.
like, and at what point you're just gonna be like,
You should
okay,
just buy
let's just
Custom Works.
get a kit or yeah, or whatever flavor you want,
or velocity, whatever. I mean, you know what I mean, though. Like,
yeah, like.
And I've had people ask me, they're like, "Would you recommend doing what you're doing?" I'm like, "Man, probably not, because I didn't have to pay for full price for all this stuff." And like the speed controller and motor I already had, you know, so that wasn't a big deal making that car 13.5, and then I sort of finagled my way into getting the hop ups. I returned something that I had bought earlier that I decided I didn't want. So I'd already spent that money. So, you know, I mean, it just kind of came together. But I don't know if it'd be a hard thing to recommend somebody to do. Unless you just wanted it, unless you just wanted something really cool and different.
Yeah. Well, it just like, you kind of have to go into it with the understanding that, hey, this isn't going to be the baddest thing that you can get for the money, but it's going to look cool, you know, and you just kind of appreciate it for what it is, and you know, run it.
Yeah.
You know, like you're doing, it's kind of a project for you to see how well you can make the Losi ready to run sprint car work in like a field of purpose built cars.
Yeah.
And not to say the Losi car isn't a purpose built race car, but it's more of an entry level thing, and you're trying to make it do not entry level.
Well, and I think it also has the intent of being a spec class. I feel like they intended it to be a spec thing where you just bought the kit and ran it like that.
Yeah.
Which I'm all for.
Right.
Like that's the way to do it, because then everybody's the same. You just got to go out there and drive it.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, I mean, I think the big news there was you keep trucking along. Your 410 Sprint A main was pretty good. You got the lead right away and pretty much never saw anybody ever again.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a pretty good day. I think qualifying went well for me. It was top seed, but for some reason, like, top seed got the last heat with the most cars, and because my run wasn't fast enough to put me out front, I feel like I kind of got martyred. I mean, because Kyle was fast.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But I was fast enough to catch him, but I wasn't fast enough to pass him.
Yeah.
So that was kind of difficult to maneuver, or whatever you want to say. But we had a really good race.
Your fast lap was a 3.9 at halfway through the race. Actually, towards the end at lap 37.
In the main?
In the main, yeah.
Yeah, I went 3.7s earlier in the day.
Oh, okay. You want to hear something funny? Something I was bringing up to our Hot Wheels racing this week. So your fast lap at Jensen was, what was it? 2.9?
Yeah, 2.9 flat.
Okay, and my fast lap at Jensen, I believe, was a 3.2.
Yeah.
Our Hot Wheels racing this Thursday, the fastest lap was a 3.38.
Oh wow!
So we were going faster at Jensen than our Hot Wheels track.
That's pretty funny to think about. But, well, anyway, back to what I was saying. I mean, Kyle and I had a really good race in the Fast Four. We had a pretty decent race for a while in the main.
Yeah.
But
a lot of cars out there.
Yeah. And the track kind of got more difficult as the day went on. In the first heat, I think it was the first heat, I looped my car out by myself. And I kind of was like, well, okay, I'm gonna try because I was just using PB Blaster.
Yeah.
So for the Fast Four, I was like, okay, well, I'll try TDK. I switched to that, and I don't know if the track hadn't changed enough yet or what, but I didn't really notice a huge difference. I mean, Kyle stayed on PB and he won
Mm-hmm.
his race or won our race, and so I was just like, well, okay, maybe it doesn't make too much of a difference. And then the track really flipped there for the main, and it did. So
Yeah.
but
Yeah, the main I was like, oh boy. I didn't feel like my car was gonna flip over all the time, but it was definitely on edge again.
oh, for the main
Yeah.
on the TDK. Well,
And
see,
that seems to be
like
a consistent thing with me too. Not just oval, but everything that we race there.
it's weird because like this last time we raced, the track had really good grip um, throughout the day with the sauce we normally run,
Mm-hmm.
and then just there at the end, it dusted up,
Mm-hmm.
and it flipped like that one time last winter where nobody had any grip in the main and modified sprint car.
Mm.
And all I was doing was like putting around and like rolling the bottom.
Sure.
And I even like was watching the races before mine, and you kind of watch. I don't watch the fastest cars and uh, the other heat races. I watch like the mid pack or the slower cars
Mm-hmm.
because if those guys are spinning out, then the track is definitely losing grip.
Mm.
So that's kind of how I judge things like that on. But
Yeah. I'm surprised by how what surprised me about Saturday, this will be the last thing I want to talk about Saturday for me, but or for the
mhm.
oval Saturday, the first one was I was actually surprised by how many people struggle out there with grip. Like
Yeah,
my car's always stuck. You just slicks and TDK and I'm good. Like I don't understand how
see, like,
I
well,
see people struggling. I'm like, well, how in the world? Like I don't
well, because
understand why that
we
is.
were running, we were running sauces that were kind of designed to cut through the moisture, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, like with the PB Blaster or something like that, that's kind of, for like a wetter, damper track, and that's what a lot of tire sauces are kind of for oval are kind of for, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
And you know, when as the day goes on, it's like you start off when the track's kind of wet, and you're using these tire goops that are for like kind of a slimy track, and then um, it keeps drying out, and for whatever reason, our track hasn't been taking a groove. Like it hasn't been like turning that dark black,
Mm-hmm.
and it just peels up. And for whatever reason, once it starts peeling up, it's like the dust just sticks to these silver compound tires. And the silver compound is still better than like a gold or a super soft, but it just picks up dirt.
Yeah.
And it's like the TDK prevents that from happening.
Yeah. So
Um,
on the off road side of things, what my usual routine is to sauce up about 10 minutes before my race, and then right before I go out there, I do it again real quick.
mhm.
And that's how I've been able to keep all the brown off the tires. Because like I can see people on the off road side sometimes, and you know they're struggling bad, and you can literally see their tires are brown.
Yeah.
So you know they're not getting grip because they're coated with dust or dirt.
Well, and they're not wearing either. Like, like, and that's kind of my judgment too. It's like, well, how much dirt's sticking to the tires, and how much wear am I having? Like,
Yeah.
if my tires aren't wearing at all, it's like, okay, do I have to try a different sauce
Yeah.
and to try to get a hold of it? Because you want your tires to wear some. Like, there needs to be some kind of wear, like,
Yeah.
or you're just like on top of the track
Yeah.
and
They
they're
just
not
get
doing
glazed over.
anything. Uh-huh. So, um, but yeah, last Saturday I was going into the main. I had no idea who was going to win, me or Kyle or um. Yeah, I didn't. I had no idea. I was like, oh, all right,
Yeah.
we'll have fun.
I mean, I thought your car looked good. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, my car's good. Kyle's car's good too.
Mm-hmm. So super big turnout for round one. We'll see if that continues here in a couple weeks. Before that, the Onward series at the Plex, I think had 50 entries. Kind of the normal squad seemed to come out. I was actually out of town. I went to the INS race at Hoosier.
Mm-hmm.
And so did a bunch of us, actually. I want to talk about that real quick because I think this is like the third or fourth year now fourth year, right? 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's been a substantial group. There has been a substantial group that has been going to the INS for the last couple years now.
Yeah.
And what sucks about it right now is like I always have a hard time finding it on Live RC.
Right.
Because Elite's doing it now, and so now you got to find out where they're at. Where are they at?
Oh.
So I'm trying to find. Yeah, see, Elite RC doesn't come up.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to go by memory if I can't find it here shortly, because otherwise it's just not gonna be good. You bring up J Concepts and it doesn't really come up. Where were they? They were just oh, you know what? I bet you they were at AMS, right? Elevating Manufacturer Shootout. Let me see if they're in. Let me see if it's buried in here. Results from. Nope, they must have their own computer. Oh, what a struggle. Huh. Well, gosh darn it. Hold on, I'm going to try one more. Where were they at before that? Oh, well. All right, I'm going to have to go by memory.
Okay.
I hope I don't ruin it.
You don't have to worry about me ruining it because I didn't have a chance to watch.
Yeah. Well, see, they're saying it's Elite. Hold on. Let's see if this works. Oh, there it is. Yeah, good job, Steve. Steve RC knew it. Oh, they were at Masters of Dirt. That's right. That was the last one they were at.
Where was it at? Was that at Hobbyplex or the other Hobbyplex?
Yeah, Hoosier. Yep.
Okay.
Hoosier RC.
So is that is Masters of Dirt? Is that just like a traveling race now? Because it used to be at Beach RC.
Yeah, so Beach RC's gone. So I'm sure they had something worked out to have it at the Masters of Dirt was actually at Hobby Action.
Was it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was at Hobby Action. It was a week after the INS race.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm mixed up.
No, you're fine.
Okay. So yeah, I mean that's cool that they could do that. Like it would have been nice if like the cactus could have turned into that. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But really, I mean, once it wasn't outdoors anymore, it was not really the cactus anymore.
Yeah. But, well, I mean, it's now the Desert Classic. It's the same race, just different name.
Right. No, I know.
Branding thing.
You know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
What do I want to say about this? So, this is like the fourth year now, third, 22, 3, 4, 5. Fourth year where a lot of our people have gone to these races and participated in the series and everything. And I think we've all done pretty well for ourselves. If you go to Elite RC Productions website, they should, oh my God, phone, really? Let's find the points. And I think Keenan wants to eventually might want to do a wrap up show. It'd be cool if he had me on again, but they've been extremely busy with other stuff, so it doesn't surprise me that they haven't sort of gone to the wrap up show just yet. He said it would be really tough to get it in. And there we go. I think the final points are updated. So, nope, maybe not. Because I don't think, let's go to 40 plus and see if it works out. Yeah, so these are the old ones. Anyways, all right. Boy, that took a while. Just to figure everything out. Okay. I want to give some shout outs here. So Andrew Thomas, one of the boys, he made, I think, both mains. Expert mains. So I know he was in 4-wheel drive, and I think he made the 2-wheel drive as well. Yes, he did. Nate Sutherland was dominant. Again. My son, who hasn't raced a whole lot, he bumped up into the 2-wheel drive A main.
Wow.
Which was awesome. I was really proud of him. It's crazy, like, because we haven't raced that much, we were sort of behind on setups and stuff for both cars. We put the different arms, longer dog bones on the 4-wheel drive, and it got better. Then they were out of parts to do that to the 2-wheel drive. So I just sort of sat there after his second qualifier. I just kind of sat there and wholesaled his car. We tried a bunch of different stuff. I sort of copied the setups that the Raymonds and TJ was running, because TJ got Matty G to help him with setup and stuff. And Matt's just like, well, just take TJ's car and look at it. So I kind of copied it without being able to do the arm thing. And Emerson went out there in the last qualifier and was like, oh yeah, this car's way better. So a little bit of redemption for him, because at trackside he was in the B and he led almost the whole way until the very end for a bump spot. And then at this one, he led the whole way. Or I should say he was in the bump spot the whole way and didn't give it up. So I was really, really proud of him for making that. Last year he qualified 4th with the X-Ray car, and was really fast. So we knew that obviously as a talent, but you know, if you don't race a lot right now, you know, he's not racing every week like you know, some of these other kids and stuff. I think he did really good, and he did really good in truck. We can get to that in a second. So Andrew Thomas did really good. I think I'm pretty sure. Let me find some of these. So expert 4-wheel drive B main. Dalton was there. He was right behind Emerson at the end. They finished 5th and 6th. Actually, Emerson, Dalton, and Daniel finished 5th, 6th, and 7th in the 4-wheel drive main. Missing the bump, but still the 3 of them, you know, the boys keeping it going. They're not going to be boys for much longer. Emerson, I'm sure, gets tired of me calling him the boys, you know.
From boys to men, yeah, they'll be.
Bo Jacobson, who went with me and Emerson, who I brought along, he won the B from the 9th spot. So he might even he might have even bumped up from the C, but he won the B to get into the A main in independent 2-wheel drive.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty freaking cool.
That's pretty cool.
Ronnie Went was in that one in the B. Let's see. The Stadium Truck B, was he in that one too? No, he made the A. He qualified like right behind me in the A. Truck was so weird at that race. It was such a weird race. Where is the expert 2-wheel drive? B main. There's A. A1, mod. 13.5, 13.5. B main. Man, they had that way low. So yeah, so the A main, the B main of Expert 2-wheel had Dalton in there as well, and Bender. So, and then I think TJ might have been in the C in both of those too. So, to be honest with you, TJ hasn't been racing that much either.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just one of those deals where, you know, all the boys are getting a little bit older. But
the band's breaking up.
I don't think they're going to break up, but maybe. But I like Emerson. Emerson probably won't be. He I mean, he missed the first round of the Techno Series too, so he's working on his real cars. Let's see. The Eichlers were there.
It used to be you just travel to big races, you know.
Yeah. The Eichlers went. I think Alex did pretty good. I think he might even bumped up once, in independent 4-wheel drive at least. Ronnie was there. Bo Jacobson did really good. He made the A. Obviously, bumped up there, but he also went straight to the A main and truck. And
Wow.
I think he actually qualified like right behind me.
That's cool.
No, Emerson qualified right behind me. I think he was right behind Emerson, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right.
That's cool.
My qualifying is good, and then I shit the bed in the main. So
that's been like one of my favorite things to say lately.
Yeah.
Like, well, I made my bed, now I have to shit in it.
Yeah. So points wise, I think Emerson, I know Andrew was in the top 10. I think Emerson made the top 10 in at least two-wheel drive because he made without the updated points, I don't necessarily remember. I know we all had some hardware though. Emerson finished second in truck, and I finished third. But that's because a couple people that were ahead of us didn't show up, and you got to be there for the finals.
Yeah.
So it's like that. I kind of wanted to talk about this a little bit because I know what the rules were, and your points racing, right? So trackside for me for stadium truck was awful. I made the A and then broke out, and I was only going to go to 3 races. So truck was going to be tough.
Okay, I'm going to interrupt you for a second.
Yeah.
So I am taking out my sauce box that I keep in my OGO, and I don't really take it out very often. It's just kind of stuck in there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can see this, but so there's nothing leaked in here, but just like the vapor from everything going on in there has warped the shit out of the bottom of this supposedly chemical safe box.
Yeah.
Like,
dude,
you can hear it. Do you hear it?
Kind of, yeah. Dude, yesterday, I had yesterday off, but I needed something at the Plex, so I stopped by there, and Gary came up. He's like, "Hey, what's with all the stuff on the floor where we keep the fuel?" And I'm like, "Oh crap! Like, did something break open?" I went back there, and our Stay Wet was leaking out of the bottom of the bucket. So like there's a hairline crack out of the bottom of the bucket, and it leaked like a little bit of Stay Wet all over everything.
Oh no.
And if we hadn't been if we hadn't been alerted to that, it could have leaked the whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think I have some other bottles. And it's funny about these bottles I have. I've been trying to save these for tire sauce, and I found a bunch of them the other day.
Yeah.
But do you remember Anza?
Oh yeah.
Well, these are empty display Anza shock oil bottles from back when I used to work there. And they've never had shock oil in them, but they're going to have sauce in them for sure.
I would love to buy my Anza Slash back.
Yeah.
I wonder if they still have it. I know who has it. They don't race at all. Like the kid's the kid's an adult now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm I don't know. I would love to find that truck.
Try and get your baby back.
Well, it's just cool. It's really heavy. I remember it being very heavy, but it was like rock solid, like thick carbon fiber chassis, aluminum shock towers, carbon fiber shock towers. Like that was Emerson's Plex spec car.
Oh yeah,
it was cool.
I think I have an Anza Slash floating around here somewhere.
Okay. Well, anyways, so going back to what I was saying, like I understood what the rules are. So if you don't make the finals, if you don't go to the finals, you're not in the points. Then that's been the rule for a while, because I think what was happening, if I remember right, like there were a couple years there where Dakota should have won or did win, but because he wasn't there, there was nobody to take the first place picture.
Really?
Yeah. Remember at Hobby Action, it was that way.
Oh, I remember that.
Right? Like I think he won, but he wasn't there. He didn't go to the finals, so he got awarded the win, but there was nobody there for the pictures, all that stuff. And I think Jason wants everybody there so that they can get their picture, so that they can promote it.
Yeah.
I think
that was like the last year you and I went, and the rule was like, or maybe the first year that you and I went to Arizona, that was the rule that you had to be there. I can't remember.
I think it was a year after that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the year after that.
Mm-hmm.
So I just know that I think the intent of the rule was to, like, you had to be there if you wanted to win the championship. You had to be at the finals. I don't know. Like,
it's a good rule.
It makes sense to me. I get it.
Yeah.
But so knowing that,
and it's the finals. You want the finals to be big,
yeah, right.
You want to have meaning or more meaning.
So looking at the points, and I was looking at who signed up, I'm like, Emerson, like, you and I could be on the podium together. Wouldn't that be cool? So that's what we did, and barring, unless Nate broke out or something bad happened to Nate, we were pretty confident Nate was probably going to win overall. But then in that truck main, Nate crashed on the first lap, and I saw that, and I told Emerson, I said, hey, if you have a shot at this thing and I'm in front of you, I'll let you go. Like, I'll play team driver and I'll block. So I saw Nate crash and I went, oh shit, I'm going to let Emerson go. So I let him go, but I did it in the worst spot possible for myself because my tires were talking about dust on the tires. I rolled the corner jump where it hadn't been blown off all weekend because it's a jump. You don't do that. Got crap on my tires and I spun out and went right into the pipe and I ended up last. So I had to drive all the way 8 minutes. I'm like, and these guys are all fast in front of me. I that's why I ended up 6 because I made a horrible decision. Like, I should have just stayed where I was and then let Emerson go, like right before the straightaway or something,
Yeah.
Or not let him go at all, I guess. I don't know. I was thinking ahead. I was like, well, if Emerson can finish second or even catch Luke somehow, and Nate keeps having problems back here, I mean, he's got a legitimate shot at it. But it didn't work out that way. I think Emerson ended up 3rd in the race, but the points were good enough for me and him to be on the podium because a couple of people didn't show up to run the main. So we kind of knew that going in, and that's how it worked out. In 40 plus, Brent Thelke had 2 TQs and wins, and Alan Horn had a TQ and a win. And I'm like, his points were going to be really hard if he was there to overcome.
Yeah.
But I knew that both of those guys were going to the vintage race. And Al Horn even said, he's like, you might as well just go because I'm not going to be there. So, you got your shot at it. So I went knowing that there was really only one person I had to make sure I finished pretty far in front of. And then I drove a pretty good race, I think. Like, I led almost the entire race except for the last 30 seconds. Which is fine. I was points racing. Like, I wasn't going to do that triple. I forgot my Mugen parts. Did I tell you that?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. So they had this triple, and at the start of the weekend, it looked to be a pretty hard part of the track because it was right off the straightaway, and it kind of curved in a weird way, and the bricks that they used to outline the track also kind of curved into the jump. And I tried it once in practice. And I popped a ball cup. That was like my 2nd lap ever on that track. And I was like, well, I can't break my car. If I break my car, I did bring my TLR with me, but I'm like, if I break this car, I'm done. Right. Yeah. So I just made
I'm gonna let this sit on my table for like a week and make sure that bottle doesn't melt. Because these bottles, and these are like, this is like a tire sauce for RC car racing. It's melting this bottle.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. Anyway, sorry, not to interrupt.
No, I made a conscious decision to not do the triple. I wasn't going to do the triple the rest of the weekend. My lap times were pretty darn close not doing the triple to what needed to be done to have a good race. So, yeah. And in the main, like, if I look back on it, I probably should have done the triple the second to last lap. Because that's where David passed me over the triple. So I should have just done it because I know I could do it.
Yeah.
And it got easier as the grip level came up, but I didn't do it because I was just like, I don't want to risk breaking my car. Because if I broke my car at that point, I would have ended up 4th or 5th, and then I wouldn't have been able to get the 40 plus points championship. If I had parts with me, I probably wouldn't have been so tentative about it all weekend. I probably would have just went for it and qualified at least one round,
Yeah.
but it is what
yeah,
it is.
why wouldn't you go for it?
I don't know. And
Were
then
you the only one there with the Mugen?
no, there was another Mugen. I can't remember the dude's name now, but there was another Mugen in the 40 plus race, and I saw at least 2 more out there.
Oh, that's good to see some diversity.
And there was a couple at trackside too. When I went up there in February. I'm I will say that was probably the most fun 40 plus race I've had in a while, even though I didn't win. Like we had another lap. I think David thought we were going to be done. So he I don't know if he backed off or what, but I caught him really quick again through the middle of the track. And I was going to cross over him on this corner jump we had. And it lined up perfect. And I almost had it. If I would have put my car maybe 8 inches to the other side, I probably could have actually made that pass work. But instead, I sort of landed right beside him, and we touched wheels, and we both crashed. And then I got marshaled as he was getting marshaled, and I got put on top of him, and my car flipped over. And I was like, dang. I'm like, darn it. Because I would have just went. No offense to David, but I would have just been like, well, I'm going to go on this one. Sorry.
Go home. Smell you later.
Yeah. But so that being said, like I made a Facebook post about it, and I just want to reiterate, like, I knew what the rules were. So I know it's kind of a backdoor way to get that title, I guess you could call it, but I don't know.
You're speaking my language.
But at the same time, like, looking back, nobody cares. Nobody really cares.
A win is a win.
Like, I'm not sponsored by anybody other than J Concepts, and Jason's not going to care. I could have finished 5th. I mean, he wouldn't have cared. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no. Yeah, so you know he cares.
Like, that's not going to determine whether or not I'm a sponsor anymore. And I let that sort of thing not bother me, 5-6 years ago.
Right.
And I was sponsored by TLR, and I put every single finish on a pedestal. So when I didn't do good, it kind of wears at you. Just kind of let that one go. Yeah. Now, I will say, hopefully, this is a small critique of how things went, but hopefully next year's trophy presentations are a little more...
A little zazzier, or what?
Yeah, I just, so like at our race, it seemed like I should have taken the mic and said, you go start cleaning up. I will do the awards. And, if I had one critique about that, so next year, I definitely want to do the awards, because the way that I do them, for me, it's a lot of people's first, like, if you go to a big race and you make the A main and it's your first time ever making the A main and nobody's there to clap for you, or the awards is done in such a way where it sort of feels just like, too fast almost.
Yeah, like, oh, here you go.
Yeah, it's like, thanks for coming, see ya.
All right. And
like,
Will Britton, all right, here you go.
Yeah, I just, I've always done it a little differently. I start with 10th and move up to first, and then so it builds, and that person who's been doing this for 20 years and never made an A main finishes 6th in the independent A main, that's
any personal best,
Yeah, like, that's a big deal for them, and they deserve a little bit of applause and recognition. So
it is pretty awesome.
Yeah. And then at Hoosier, when they were doing the points awards, they didn't take into account the people that weren't there because they didn't know the rule. So when I pointed it out, to me that felt kind of
what's going on here?
It sort of, when I pointed it out and said, hey, this is what it is. This is what we expected to be in according to the rule. And then there was some loud back and forth a little bit. And I'm just like, I don't want to argue about it. I just know what the rule is. Like,
loud back and forth with you?
No, kind of. I mean, in a way, it just it just felt kind of like you're taking away the moment a little bit.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like, oh geez.
Worry about that later. If you don't like the rule and you want to change it for next year, fine. But why make it a point to voice your disagreement at that moment? You're taking away a moment. You're taking away being on the podium with my son is cool. Like, that's pretty awesome, you know? When I'm gone and dead, he's going to be able to show his grandkids, "Hey, look at what your dad and I did." You know?
Right.
Like don't you took away that moment for a little bit. So
wait a minute. Like, you guys actually won because somebody wasn't there?
Right.
And somebody's like, no, we won.
No, it wasn't like that. It was the points were tabulated with the people that were ahead of us, but they weren't there. So by the rule, they're supposed to be out of there. They're gone. Now you move everybody up.
Yeah.
And it wasn't done right away. And luckily, you know, I think truck was up maybe second or third in the order.
I'm picking it up now.
Yeah, so luckily truck was like second or third in the order. So when I said something, I'm like, that's not right, because they had me in fourth, and I'm like, no, I should be third. And I pointed it out, and then I went to this, you know, I wanted to show them on the site where it said that, like no, this is what it says.
And they were like, "Oh God, here you go, Your Majesty. Sorry."
No, it wasn't like that. It was more like I think the phrasing was, "Well, that's stupid. That's not going to happen next year." Yeah, they're like, "That's not going to happen next year." I'm like, "Well, I don't care what." I'm like, "Well, I don't care what happens next year. I just know for this year, this is how it was supposed to be."
Yeah, these are the rules.
Yeah. So, if I had one critique, that's one of them. The other one is that stupid battery rule. We got to get rid of that. Like,
what's the battery rule?
Well, I'm not a fan of disqualifying people for being over voltage if you have time to burn your battery down to get it to whatever legal limit it is, whether it's 8.4, 8.44, or whatever. If you're up there a race before and you've got time to sit there and it's your fault, if you got time to sit there and fiddle with it, you should be allowed to do that. The roar rule sucks to begin with, that you're just going to disqualify somebody if they come up. But the intent of that a long time ago was you were punishing people for overcharging their batteries because it was dangerous. Okay.
I'll tell you.
Hold on.
I'll tell you a story about. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. Hold on. Okay. We all have high voltage batteries now, and the rule is still 8.4. So all of our batteries, in theory, can be charged up to 8.6, whatever. So that the intent of that rule, in my opinion, is no longer valid. Yeah. So if you come up and you're at 8.43, just fucking burn the thing off. Like it pisses me off. We disqualified a 7-year-old kid at his first ever big race because he was at 8.44. So now all he's going to think about his first ever big race now is, oh, they didn't let me run my first thing. That sucks. So,
right. I think that there should be a window, and I think that it should be 844, 848, or whatever most stock chargers without having to turn down the.
I don't care if it's
voltage.
I don't care what the rule is. I make it 8.4, 8.44, whatever. But if you're over a little bit and you've got time to burn it off and then get through tech and get it on the track, you should be allowed to do it. It doesn't hurt anybody. It doesn't hurt a thing. Now, if you're if the rule is 8.4 and you're at 8.65 or whatever, well, yeah, that sucks to be you. You're not going to have time to do that. Then that's on you.
I was at an INS carpet race where they were letting four-wheel drives overcharge their batteries, so we would actually make 5 minutes. But that was when I made the. 1 second.
Whoa, you suddenly sound good.
Oh, better?
Yeah.
Oh.
Weird.
No, I was at one of the INS nationals on carpet.
That was up in Minnesota, right?
Where I made the main, and yeah. And they were letting us overcharge our batteries so we would make 5 minutes.
Huh.
But no, I agree with you. I mean, it seems like kind of an outdated rule. I remember that time that I did RMT at Mimi's track.
Mm-hmm.
I had to disqualify Ryan Cavalieri from a round
Oh
of,
yeah, dude.
seating for that. But then there was a time, but then like later that day, I checked his battery and he didn't charge his battery. I was like, hey, you want to charge this? You know?
Yeah.
And
I disqualified Joel Johnson.
A lot of those rules are kind of, oh yeah,
at an on-road race when I was doing RMT, like I think it was at Jackson in like 2013.
Mm-hmm.
And Joel was cool about it, but I was like, man, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, then, but I remember, because that was like, isn't 16, so the B6, no, 17. So the B6 had been out for like a year or something. And there was some of the old guard for Roar that's actually, I don't think even involved anymore.
Right.
But
yeah.
They were trying to enforce a gear cover rule on the B6.
Oh.
There's no gear cover on any of those cars.
Yeah.
And I said, well, and they were like, well, they got to have gear covers. I said, wait.
The body is a gear cover.
And that's what I was trying to tell this guy. I don't want to say his name, but
no, I know who it is.
I kind of went, and I kind of went back and forth with him on it. And I said, so you're gonna make all these people have illegal cars, like the most popular 2-wheel drive buggy here. You're gonna tell them they can't run it, because there isn't a plastic gear cover on it. And I said the body is the intended gear cover for this car. So, like a lot of like that rule he was trying to enforce is for a rear motor buggy.
Mm-hmm.
Where the gears would be exposed.
Yeah.
For for the safety of the marshal.
Yeah.
And he'd like, I kind of talked him out of it, but it was like, dude. So I think that what I'm using that as is maybe that is a rule that, like on battery voltage, since batteries can be charged, like I don't think anybody makes a non-LIFE LiPo anymore. I think that's a thing of the past.
Yeah.
Maybe that rule needs an update to where, like, hey, if you want to charge to 8.7 or whatever they're rated to, or whatever a 2-cell high voltage LiPo goes to, I think it's 8.7.
Well, see, I don't know about that yet though, because like there's some people might have older batteries that aren't high voltage batteries. I just don't.
Those would be so old. How could you keep?
I don't know.
Using them.
I don't know. I mean,
like that would have to. You'd have to be using a 7-year-old battery at this point.
Yeah, probably. I'm just saying I don't care.
Well, and if that's the case, just take it off the Roar approved list.
True. I don't care what the number is. I just want.
Yeah.
I just don't think that we should be disqualifying people for being over. Let them burn it off. If they got time, let them burn it off. If they can get through tech by the time their race is up, don't hold the program up for them. That's that's what I'm saying. Don't hold the program up. Just allow them to be able to burn it off. If they can get through tech by the time the race is up, then we're good. I don't get it.
Yeah. No, I agree with what you're saying.
That's my only other critique about this year. And they only started at that at our race.
Yeah.
Which is frustrating.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Who's they?
The Elite RC.
So, okay. Cool.
I just hopefully we can change that.
That would be one to change.
Because I don't think. I mean, that's one reason why people like going to non-Roar races.
I know, right?
Like most of that, most everybody else on will go, okay, we're following our rules, but we're not a Roar sanctioned race, therefore we can modify and change and do things a little bit more, not as.
Well, it's supposed to be fun. Like, we do this to get away from work, Yeah. Like, come on now.
Yeah. So there you go. So again, a pretty good turnout for the Plexers. I think everybody had fun. I know Emerson and TJ and Bo, they went to a skate park Saturday night, and there ended up being a free death metal rock concert at the skate park.
Oh, that's cool.
Andy's got a video of it, and there's so many people there, and it was actually really cool. Like, I was like, I got super sick Saturday, so I ended up just kind of being by myself and sleeping in the hotel all night, which actually worked out really well for the next day. But boy, it would have been cool to go do. And I got to say, I actually, New Albany is really kind of a neat place. Their downtown area near the river is really cool. I really enjoy going there. They have this arcade where they serve food and stuff too. So I watched the Nebraska-Minnesota game, which was no fun. There and then played video games downstairs. Got to play like Tekken and Street Fighter and a whole bunch of fun stuff. It was really cool.
Right. Yeah.
So that brings me to the last big thing that we had at the Plex, which was this weekend's Techno 1/8 scale Winter Series Round 1. Signups for Round 2 open today at 5 o'clock. So if you want to go to the next round, get in there before it fills up. I think next round, unfortunately, will probably fill up pretty quick, and then I'll have to do some heat fillers and do all that work behind the scenes to make sure we can get everybody in without adding, a lot to the program. 20 heats, 21 heats is kind of where I like to be, because that's about 3 hours around, and we can get through the day pretty quick. I love the online sign up thing because it makes it. I just make a sheet. I mark people off. Some people that contact me and tell me, hey, I'll pay when I get there. Is that cool? I'm good with that. As long as they fall through. There's a couple people that have signed up for every race and then they never come. That's really annoying. Yeah. But I kind of account for that. Like, I kind of already know, so I sort of been letting people come anyways when it is full, just knowing that some of these guys probably won't be there anyways.
Yeah.
But we had in the end 150 entries after some dropouts and stuff. So we were the same weekend as AMS, so I know that like the pros obviously weren't. Seth, Mason, Jared, none of those guys are going to be there. Plus all the locals that like to go to these race events, race time entertainment events. Steve Wall, Dane Gangler, bunch of Kansas City guys, I'm sure. Some Iowa people, they'll go to AMS, which I totally get. Luckily, I guessed and I scheduled January. I try to schedule January away from the SIC race, Southern Indoor Championships, and it's at the end of January, so it actually worked out for us. So I was pretty happy with that. So big turnout yesterday. We had Sportsman Nitro Buggy, a new winner this year, Bentley Ratty, and he was really fast in his first round, but his transponder didn't. They were using an MRT transponder, and it didn't count the whole time, and so I told him, I said, I can't award you TQ based on a guess. So, because I did catch it and I started hand counting them. But his second round, he was really fast. He just crashed a lot. So he actually had to bump up for the B and then ended up winning the race. Another big mover, Zach LeMay from the 10 ended up third, and Shawsell from the 6 ended up second. So a lot of turnaround in this one. So it was Bentley, Lucas, Zach, Eric Wunschel, Dustin Salter, Justin Stevie qualified second, and
Justin's racing 8 scale,
and Tommy. Yep.
Nice.
Grant Ensign, Steve Bosker, Besker. I always get his last name wrong. Dylan Lind and Mark Dunn was your TQ. Ended up 10th. In Expert Nitro, you had Drew Rubin King getting the win with Mason Herrick second. Mitchell Pavel bumped up from and ended up third. So a lot of bump ups doing good this weekend. Brandon Carney fourth, Drew Dokken, Jalen Weddingle, Eric Fletcher, Caden Berding, and then Andrew Thomas had the field totally covered. Like he was a lap ahead, and then he had a mechanical take him out with about 8.5 minutes left to go. So he was doing 10.
Did you find out what it was?
No, but he was doing 10-minute stops too.
Oh,
yeah.
Think you ran out of gas?
Nope. This was definitely mechanical. Something was broken on his car. So that was a huge bummer.
That's terrible
for him because that would have been a really good start to the year. Owen Vanderbeek also was there, and he had a mechanical. He was doing pretty good. He was out. So the three fast kids, Caden, who's not really a kid anymore, but Caden, Andrew, and Owen, they had mechanicals. So the old guard, I would say, Drew and Mason and Mitchell kind of took advantage of that. That was kind of the storyline there with Expert Nitro.
Yeah.
Mini Truggy, we had 2 heats again. We are the vanguard for Mini Truggy.
Yeah, does that really get raced anywhere else in the country?
Not very often that I see, no. So
and
we always
still just X-ray and
pretty much just Techno.
Oh, X-ray doesn't make one anymore?
I mean, they do. Nobody drives it though.
No. So just Techno.
Bo Jacobs.
I mean, no better place to run it than the Techno Winter Series.
That's right. Exactly. Bo Jacobson took the win. Bryson Pavel second. They flip-flopped their starting position, so Bryson got a TQ. So they're tied going into the next round. John Haas was third. Dylan Haas was fourth. Anthony Santi had to bump up to get fifth. Rob Turner, Chris Grabenshore, Sam White, Michael LeMay, and Charles Cook. This was almost a local heat. Michael LeMay and Sam White, not necessarily local.
Were they,
although somebody told me Michael moved here, so maybe he will be soon. Sportsman Electric, Keaton Ratty got the Ratty clan another win, and Bo Jacobson again from a bump up to second, and Bo Jacobson was running an Arma Typhon.
Wow.
The TLR tuned Arma Typhon. And he was sending it. So I made this like wall jump to a whoop section, and he was jumping over the whole thing. It was crazy. Like really high in the air type stuff. So Dylan Lynn qualified third, finished third. John Berding, Steve Besker was your TQ, ended at fifth. Don Drews bumped up, got sixth. The Nick Poppenfuss, Bentley Ratty, Matt Robinson, and Anthony Santi. And then in the Nitro Truggy class, Brandon Carney got the win. Riley Meyer second. Brandon Carney continues to do what he does in this class. He's a multi-time series champ now. Jalen Weddingle.
Truggler?
Yeah. Jalen Weddingle was third. Eric Fletcher, Cage Mills, Lance Parker got the bump and finished sixth. Chad Rubenking, David Bradford, Dylan Hartshorn, and then Eric Wunschel finished 10th. Carney led the whole way from start to finish. In E-Buggy, check this out. Drew Rubenking first, Mason Herrick second, sorry. Andrew Thomas third. Okay? That's what should be. Like up there. Guess who was TQ this weekend in E-Buggy?
I have no idea.
Me.
Really?
Yeah. Dude, my second round, my car was
snuck one in on
my car was amazing the second round of qualifying. And then I whatted the bed again in the main. The problem was the track got so much more grip, and my car suddenly had a ton more steering. Like if I were now that I know that, like if I could actually work on my car, I might actually thicken up my oils to try to combat that. But
sometimes that can do the opposite thing.
I know that going up center takes away steering in my car.
Yeah.
Because I went higher and I lost a bunch of steering last week. So
diff oils?
Yeah, diff oils.
Oh, I thought you meant shock oil.
No, diff oil.
Oh, diff oils, yeah. I'd have to look and see what I used to run. I think I used to run like 30K.
Yeah. I might have to adjust my car for next round as long as I keep making the A, just to account for how much grip the track had in it. So I ended up fourth, but honestly, I was totally cool with that. There was I made a couple mistakes of my own too, so I probably had a shot at mixing it up for second and third, but but really the spread between those guys was a couple seconds apiece, so that's fine. It is what it is. Mitchell Pavel finished 5th, Owen Vanderbeek 6th, and Caden Berding, Drew Dockin, Colby Rogers, and James DeWild. But yeah, it was kind of fun to get a TQ out of there. I thought that was pretty cool. And then finally in E-Truggy, we had 3 30-something E-Truggies again, so big turnout. Don Drews got the win. I think Don is running some old school, I don't even know, but it's definitely not a modern Truggy. I think it's a Losi. I think it's an old school Losi, if I'm not mistaken. Now that I think about it, because I remember.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I remember asking him, and it's like he's like a Losi. Matt Robinson 2nd, Dylan Haas got the bump and then finished 3rd. So another bump with the podium. Poppenfuss Nick was 4th, Chad Ruben King 5th, Cage Mills 6th, Mike Little 7th, Zach LeMay was 8th. Riley Myers kind of should have had the field covered, but he broke a tooth off his pinion gear in warm up. And
wow,
and then was just
what
yeah,
what brand of pinion?
I don't know. But that's what he said happened was a single tooth chipped and they just went with it. And he made it almost 8 minutes while leading before it finally gave out and shredded the rest of the pinion gear.
And who's this?
Riley Myers.
Okay.
They're from Minnesota.
I don't know who that is. Okay.
That's okay. And then Connor Housh was 10th, but I don't think I think he left. He was struggling.
Really?
Yeah, he was getting beat on a lot, I think. Anyways, so yeah, Riley probably should have won this race, but I mean that's why you race.
Yeah.
You know? So overall, really good day, 100 and something entries. We're gonna do that again here in a couple weeks. The first December 6th or 7th, whatever that is. I think it's the 6th. So looking forward to that. So a lot of stuff going on at the Plex. I think we wrapped up all the stuff we're doing at the Plex. Up next for us is the On-Road Winter Series this upcoming Saturday. And then after that is Dirt Oval Series. And then after that is Black Friday. So Black Friday, you definitely want to come out. And even before Black Friday, I don't really care. But just get all your gear from us, please.
Check out the deals.
Yeah. And something I want to point out too, like we don't really have online sales. So that's why the thing about the website, having something happen to it, it's not as soul crushing because we don't sell anything on there. It's more of just an information site, but hobbytown.com obviously is our web portal for, it's basically the same thing as AMain, but but if Horizon Hobby and Traxxas are having sales and stuff, we match all that. So,
right.
Just want to point that out.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, there's really no reason to buy direct from Horizon Hobby or Traxxas. If you have a shop like us, you just come to us, get it done.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, what do you have coming up? Are you doing anything between now and our next oval race?
No, that's only a week that I'll have off. So I'm going to work on my bathroom. I'm probably going to work on some Saturdays again, just to get caught up. I worked last Saturday, but
yeah,
I was helping her. Erin and I were helping my mother-in-law move. Her mom, my mother-in-law, move, and I went to work at like 3:30 in the morning.
Oh.
And worked until 8, and then helped her move all day. We didn't get home until 10:30, I think, which is fine. I'm glad to do it. Not a big deal. So yeah, next weekend I'd like to work an entire Saturday, just because the paycheck really changes not working on a Saturday.
Yeah.
And then but yeah, just the Plex. I think that there is another race at another at Jensen on the same day, but I'm planning on going to the Plex. The stuff I want to test is more suited for the Plex, so I'll be there. And it sucks when tracks have races on the same day. The Plex does not have as much flexibility because there is so many other events that we do there.
Yeah, we only race on our series events on Saturday, and there's 3 genres of racing.
Yeah, right. So I would like to see next year maybe some more camaraderie between both tracks, or maybe some give and take. But
yeah, it's not a points. It's not a point series though, is it? I thought it was just like November 1st was just a race, right?
Yeah, it's a trophy race.
Oh, okay.
Huh. I plan on going to the Plex.
Yeah, I mean the thing about
you only get to race there 6 times.
The thing about me and what I've always done with
Jensen, you get to race there a bunch of times.
Yeah, the thing about me and scheduling is I didn't really have anything to do with the old scheduling this time around, but like for me, I've always just thought we just got to do what's best for the Plex and then let everybody else figure it out.
Well, yeah, I mean, I understand that, but like, if you're trying to schedule around the Winter Series, I mean, or the Techno Series, I mean, that's definitely going to have precedence over 130, even 130 entry oval race, just because of the amount of the difference in the entries.
Well, and I always I have a pattern. I always try to schedule the Techno Series early in November because of weather. I'm always thinking it might still be warm. I scheduled it early in December because of the same reason. And then also, December sucks because we don't race for the final 2 weeks of December anyways. We lose, we lose a weekend.
Right.
January is a crapshoot. You could schedule it wherever you want. You never know how it's going to be in January. So, I don't know.
Yeah, that's for sure. So, I mean, I get it, like why it is the way it is, but
yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to the Plex because I'm not going to get to race there as many times as Jensen.
Yeah, no, for sure. Well, that's all I got. I'm ready to get home and do a little work to my sprint car. I am working on a follow-up video to my 22S sprint car video that's done really well so far this year. So I just can't decide if I want to finish it before I put the Custom Works wing on or after. I don't know.
I just pulled my baked chicken and stuff out of the oven.
I tried editing what I have for my 22S, my next 22S video, and I hated it. I was like, I don't want to put this out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't like it. Well, part of it is because I didn't get video of my win at the Plex. So
sorry.
So I was like, crap. I'm like, how can people trust me on what I say if I don't have proof?
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Not much in the comments that I've seen, which is fine. I'm totally cool with that. Go through if there's anything in the comments. I've had Anthony Santee, Big Ben's Outdoors, Steve RC, Joel Kincaid, Anthony Santee. Steve said at INS, only broken part Alex had all weekend was in his 2-wheel drive main, and he needs a couple more practices at Trackside and Hoosier. He was dialed main day. Wish they could have started qualifying that way. I don't know if he's talking about the track or if he's talking about the way they did racing.
Yeah.
Anthony Santee said that his buggy was trash in the main. I think he still had sauce in his tires.
Why would that matter?
I don't know. What are
guys using for a goop and 8 scale?
Okay, well, here's the thing. It depends on the tire. So if you're in a silver compound, you can run TDK. The problem is it's cold out.
Yeah.
So TDK.
Yeah, TDK
might
doesn't work.
Not work so good because it freezes at 60 degrees or solidifies or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So,
gels.
if you're running a gold compound, I mean, I'm using J Concepts tires as a reference, but if you're running a gold compound, you still run PB Blaster. That's what I ran.
Yeah, right.
So I still have a bunch of pairs of gold ellipses around. So
yeah,
I'm going to keep using those till I run out. So I'm using PB.
That gold compound at the Plex for off-road and 8 scale is hard to beat.
It is hard to beat,
especially for long main.
I do want to try the G3.
That's a really durable compound.
Yeah, I do want to try the G3 compound. I just didn't feel like spending the money, and I gotta make my J Concepts order, and I haven't, so it's kind of my fault for the fourth quarter.
What compound or what tread patterns the G3 offered in 8 scale?
Dirt Web 2s.
Mm-hmm.
That's it that I know of.
Oh,
I ran Dirt Web 2s last year.
Is it offered in all 3 hardnesses?
I don't think so. No,
just the okay.
Yeah.
Oh, G3, right?
Yeah.
Because there's G2 and G1 in the
you don't want to
smoothie 3s.
Yeah, you don't want to run those. So there's also a bunch of new tires. So there's ProMotion, TZO, Hot Race.
Mm-hmm.
Still a few guys are in Proline. Still a few guys are in AKA. There's a lot more variety, I think, too.
Yeah.
So
that seems so strange to me that
Proline
and AKA aren't the big, or J Concepts are no longer the big 3, but
yeah,
it is awesome that J Concepts is, I mean, as far as I know,
they've got this new tire called
they
got this new tire called an Overdose, but I think it's only available in silver. I was gonna find out and see if we can find see if it's available in a different compound. Silvers are fine; they just wear out fast. That's all.
So silver might be good for a heat, but you need gold in the main.
Yeah,
and I think that as the grip keeps coming up, so it's almost like since you keep getting more oil and fuel on the track, from the exhaust, that compound, the gold compound gels so much better with that environment.
Yep.
I'm a firm believer. So I'm hoping for the next round of our oval series that the track will actually take rubber just because of all the fuel and oil and exhaust put onto the track.
Yeah, I'm actually going to the Plex before I go home and watering. Track is thirsty, needs a ton of water.
I need to come up there. I'm going to come up this week sometime and grab the lawnmower.
Yeah.
And put that a new carburetor and stuff on it.
Oh yeah.
So, it's sitting right here.
Nice. Peter Renault, he said, "Man, I'm late. Hello, everybody." Nick Nuthouse came on here. Santi said he thought he overheard Don saying that his truck is the model right before the 2.0 came out. That's how old that thing is.
Oh.
He's even running the old school body. He's not running a buggy body. He's running
really good.
He's running an old front body, the front cab forward body. It's crazy. Real quick before we got to get out of here.
I forgot about the buggy body.
Yeah. Anthony Santi says he's confused. He saw
his looks like a tadpole.
Yeah, you could call it that.
The tadpole style body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anthony Sandy says he's confused. He saw TLR Proline taking resumes for joining their team. Or are they making a team again? I mean, probably more like contracted customer. Maybe. If I was going to call it. Yeah.
Well, isn't Horizon going direct to consumer?
No, I don't think so. No, I don't believe so.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
Anthony Santi, so I use TDK. Yeah, I don't know about that in the wintertime, dude. especially when the doors are open. It's cold
Yeah.
out.
Okay. So you're saying that you had problems with grip, right? Is that who said that?
Yeah.
They had problems with grip in the chat. So well, it kind of makes sense now, because I mean you're using that sauce. I have no idea what tires you're using, if you're using silver compound.
See, if you're running silver,
what.
I would use liquid wrench.
Yeah, that would probably be good.
If you're running gold, you want PB.
Yeah, like you want something with like a lot of petroleum in it. So,
yeah.
Because that's what's on the track, and I believe that the TDK has no like petroleum in it.
Yeah.
No, it reminds me of
coconut oil
with foam tires. Right. It's not just coconut oil, because then I could just go to the store and get coconut oil.
Well, I understand that, but there's enough
it
coconut.
Reminds me when
there's enough coconut oil in there that it solidifies at 60 degrees.
Right. I wonder though if gosh dang it, I lost my train of thought.
It's okay.
Oh well. I was on to something, but
I think TDK is awesome when it's warm enough in there, but I just don't when it's cold out, I don't think that's a good thing to have on your tires unless you make it completely dry by the time you get out there.
Yeah, even then I don't think it would work very well.
Yeah.
Because the track has so much like fuel in it. You know, you want something with a different base, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, it reminds me of like how people would use like in foam tire, like the suntan lotion or like the Gojo hand cleaner. That's what it reminds me of.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, remember Gojo? You put that on your tires. That's what that reminds me of.
Yeah.
Is this is like the newest version of using Gojo.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Oh. All right, we got to go. We've been on for a while. Hour and a half's probably the most I'd want to put Richard through listening to us talk about RC car stuff.
Things he doesn't understand and doesn't care to understand.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Dude, my sister and him went to Scotland. I'm so jealous.
Really?
Yeah, I'm so jealous.
They went or they're going?
No, they went. Like,
when did they go?
End of October.
When did they go?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Scotland.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago. That's what I want to do. I want to go to Scotland.
Bring me back bagpipes?
Well, I'm just saying my sister and I took 360andMe stuff back in the day or whatever it was. And
yeah.
Other than having genetic material to make Westworld characters out of, we found out that we're like 60-something% Scottish.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm English and Irish, baby. White on white. Nothing fun in there.
Very white. I'm very white. Yes. All right. Well, anyways,
we did a 23andMe too.
Oh, did you?
Me too.
There's gonna be a Will 150 years in the future going around some park somewhere getting shot by people for fun and then brought back to life, and then there's going to be a revolt. Your characters are going to lead the revolt with me. I'll be there too.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
If we could, let me ask you something. If you could upload your consciousness into one of these Tesla robots 20 years from now, would you do it?
Mm-hmm. If I had cancer, yeah. If I was going to die and I was terminally ill, I would upload myself to a robot, even though there'd be people that say I don't have a soul. But like, is it really them?
Yeah, I don't know. That was a question out of the blue, just for the put in the chat. Yeah. Would you upload your consciousness into a Tesla robot?
If I was dying, yes. Because I would consider it more donating my body to science.
Does the Tesla robot have,
Oh, mine would.
Yeah.
That's an option. That's an app that you have to subscribe to. Just like heated seats. You turn them on or turn them off, anytime. you get flooded with ads. Like if you didn't pay your subscription.
Oh God.
Like your mind would be, I'd be sitting here talking and I'd have to watch an ad for like, I don't know, some liver cleanse stuff or whatever they're trying to pimp on my Facebook news feed.
Yep.
I'd have to 30-second break. Sorry.
Yep.
I just like fucking I went through an ad.
Yep. All right. All right, cue the music. We're gonna go. All right, once again, this was Alex Sturgeon and Will Brenton for the Hobbytown Show, Hobbyplex podcast, and glad to have you on here. We'll get back to you. We'll do some more racing. We're working on it. We're doing a lot of racing, so
yeah,
it is that time of year.
See you guys.
Yep, see ya.